Welcome to Game, your home for exceptional adventures. I am the Game Master, and in today's video, we will be looking at the overall impact of FromSoftware games to developers in the industry. And we'll look at the lengths action games have gone to compete with the rise of this new and exciting genre. The core Souls formula can be loosely defined as a game featuring RPG character progression, a mechanic that provides players with a limited number of health recharges between checkpoints and a strong risk-reward dynamic in how players collect and cash in experience. The last point is often accompanied by the extremely challenging enemies the Souls franchise is known for, though a punishing difficulty is arguably a flourish rather than a requirement. Games like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Hollow Knight, and Remnant from the Ashes showcase this desire to copy a formula so great. The truth is, Dark Souls is one of the best games to come out and has changed the entire gaming industry. Here are some action RPGs that are like Souls. These games, while borrowing from the overall Souls formula, have learned to stand on their own, each providing unique experiences in their own right. The first of these that we'll be looking at today is Ghost of Tsushima. It's a beautiful action-adventure game, no matter how you look at it. From its lush grass to the wind that carries you to your next objective, every bit of the game is as gorgeous as a Kurosawa film. It's played from a third-person perspective and features a large open world that's easily traversed on your trusty horse. The game features numerous side quests which tie in to the main story, increasing your general sense of immersion into the game. Players can engage in a direct confrontation with enemies called a standoff using their katana, which can chain up a series of fatal strikes against a set number of enemies. Additionally, the player has access to bows, which can fire different types of arrows. The player can also use stealth, allowing one to evade enemies and strike them silently using tools such as firecrackers to create distraction, smoke bombs to disorient alerted foes, and kunai for striking multiple enemies. Another standout feature to this game are the famed duels. The Jin will face off against many famed Ronin across the land, such as Khotan Khan of the Mongols. You place all of these different parts together. Ghost of Tsushima is a fantastic action-adventure game with hours of fun and challenging gameplay at the palm of your hands. Up next, we'll look at the two Nier games. Now this one is a stretch as we're going to include both Nier Replicant and Automata in this list. Both games bring a new twist to the genre with multiple endings, engaging action, and some truly unique gameplay. Nier Replicant was released in 2021 and is a remake of the original Nier released in 2010. This new version updates the visuals and streamlines the gameplay while adding minor changes to the story. Nier Automata, though released before Replicant in 2017, is considered a sequel to Replicant. Set during the proxy war between alien-created machines and human-crafted androids, the story follows the trials of Combat Android 2B, Scanner Android 9S, and Rogue Prototype A2. The story requires multiple playthroughs, each unlocking additional story elements. Gameplay combines RPG elements with action-based hack-and-slash combat and features a switch between genres similar to that of Nier, with elements ranging from shoot-'em-up all the way to text adventure. Nier is a game series that brings the exhilarating action of an RPG while maintaining an old-school aesthetic, effectively reaching a larger audience because of this stylistic choice. All in all, a great experience for anyone looking for a challenging yet rewarding time. Personal favorite of mine is the soundtrack for both games. It's simply amazing. Up next is the Assassin's Creed series. This series' modern formula began with 2017's Assassin's Creed Origins, with de-emphasized the parkour elements of the original titles and added an RPG-style system that made some battles challenging unless your character was suitably leveled up. There's a renewed focus on exploration of the world, combat, and gear. In Odyssey and Valhalla, the addition of choosing either a male or female main character was added, further increasing your in-game immersion and fueling choices that mattered. These games have a plethora of tasks to complete, from engaging storylines to small skirmishes and even otherworldly fights. Assassin's Creed seeks to deliver the player a consistently engaging experience. Next up is Warframe. In Warframe, players control members of the Tenno, a race of ancient warriors who have awoken from centuries of suspended animation far into Earth's future to find themselves at war in the planetary system with different factions. The Tenno use their powered warframes along with a variety of weapons and abilities to complete missions. Warframe is an ever-evolving action-adventure game which features open-world combat, stealth, space combat, and more. With its changing major gameplay systems every couple of months, there's always something new, no matter how long you've played. Thanks to the game's brilliant combat and deep lore, it makes this reacclimation somewhat easier. It's evolved tremendously since its original launch in 2013 and exemplifies the modern gaming industry's model of live service gaming, which is a way for a company to continue the growth of a game for years after its initial release. In Warframe's case, it has allowed it to amass over 50 million players over the course of the game's lifetime. Our last game on the list is Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma was released in 2013, and when it first came out, it was a widely popular open-world RPG with some solid combat mechanics. Despite being an older game, Dragon's Dogma is a fun action RPG that has sort of a timeless goodness that is easy to dive into. Though the graphics are a bit outdated and companion dialogue leaves a lot to be desired, it's entirely worth playing if you're a fan of games like The Elder Scrolls. The things that really stand out with this title are the combat mechanics and the overall story. If you like to have a lot of control over how you fight, there's a lot to love about this game. You can choose to be a rogue, a warrior, or a magic user, and each of these vocations comes with a nice set of combat techniques. There are tons of bandits and creatures to fight wherever you travel, and every battle comes with its own set of challenges. Though you do start out alone, you are eventually joined by a set of interchangeable adventures called pawns that help you in battle. Each pawn has a specific vocation and insight that they can provide when fighting monsters. This help is crucial for defeating your enemies, and you have to learn to put together the right team for the right situation. While the companion element of combat is enjoyable, it's really the personalized fighting styles and combination of your main character that make the game shine. You can dodge, slash, and even climb various enemies, executing skills in various combinations to defeat them. With so many variables, it takes skill and strategy to defeat some of the largest and most aggressive boss monsters you encounter in the wild. Dragon's Dogma to this day remains a game filled with adventure for all. So there you have it. These are some of the games who took inspiration from FromSoftware's amazing rise to prominence and created amazing new projects for the world to see. We hope that you enjoyed today's video, and as always, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified every time we release a new video here on Game. Have an amazing day. Remember to have an exceptional adventure, whether it's in your game or more importantly, in your life. Enjoy and have fun.